Hey there, my good friends. Brittany here, functional medicine and holistic health practitioner. And today I am going to walk you through the gut microbiome. You're going to hear me talk a lot about leaky gut and how all disease begins in the gut. And that came from Hippocrates when he stated thousands of years ago that all disease begins in the gut. And I totally have to agree with him there. It doesn't matter what condition you are dealing with, you always want to start with your gut. So with that being said, I am going to jump right into it, and I'm going to share a video with you guys because I want you to have a visual as I'm explaining what leaky gut is. So we'll get started here. So as you can see here, this is a healthy gut microbiome, and you're going to see three things. First is an abundance of beneficial bacteria. Second, you're going to have limited pathogens. These are your harmful microbes. And third, you're going to see a strong physical barrier. So you should have a high abundance of beneficial bacteria that can limit the overgrowth of the unwanted pathogens. And these beneficial microbes also help protect the integrity of the intestinal barriers by producing short chain fatty acids like butyrate. And butyrate and other metabolites help maintain a strong mucosal barrier that helps shield the intestinal lining from damaging toxins and pathogens. So butyrate can also, I'm going to push pause here. So butyrate can also reduce intestinal inflammation and improve barrier function by maintaining the tight junctions and hold the intestinal cells together so you don't have that leakiness. So what causes this disruption in this perfect ecology? So when beneficial microbes become outnumbered by potentially harmful bacteria, this is called dysbiosis. And what causes dysbiosis? Stress can cause it. Antibiotics, of course, is a big one that causes it. Pathogens, of course, and mycotoxins, and last is chemicals. So all of these things can cause dysbiosis. And as the microbial population becomes unbalanced, unwanted pathogens begin to degrade the mucosal barrier. And if the mucosal barrier is not intact, toxins can migrate towards the intestinal cells, inflicting damage and creating inflammation. So as tight junctions loosen and break apart, this creates gaps in the intestinal lining that allows toxins into circulation. There you have it, it's leaky gut. So this migration of toxins from the intestines into the blood circulation, as I mentioned, that is what's called leaky gut. So it's a huge problem, guys, and it was found that 50% of healthy individuals, these are healthy, not sick, healthy individuals, I'm going to push pause here, healthy individuals have leaky gut, and leaky gut can trigger chronic inflammation throughout the entire body. And this inflammatory cascade all starts with a toxin produced within the gut called lipopolysaccharide, and here you're going to see it as LPS. So circulating LPS, I'll push pause here. Push play. So circulating LPS gets bound by a transfer protein, and it carries the LPS to the immune cells like macrophages or dendritic cells, which then activates an inflammatory cascade. So this activation increases the production of other pro-inflammatory mediators. So this is the same exact sequence that occurs in sepsis, also known as blood poisoning. So immune cells that become activated by LPS and release pro-inflammatory cytokines that exist in all parts of the body are capable of crossing the blood-brain barrier and causing inflammation. And this inflammatory response can occur anywhere in the body. It's different for everyone, but it can happen anywhere, including the brain, the fat stores, and then nerves, and your joints, and so many other ones. So this type of inflammation is a breeding ground for a variety of chronic illnesses. And reversing the dysbiosis and the damage to the intestinal barrier is paramount to health and wellness. So I just have this image here again for you, just showing this is again your healthy gut microbiome. You're going to see a good diversity here, and you're going to have low pathogens. You're going to have a thick, strong mucosal barrier. You're going to have a tight intestinal lining here, strong, tight junctions, so there's no holes for macromolecules to pass through there. You're going to have these good microbes help produce the butyrate to form the mucus for your lining. And here's your microvilli, these little finger-like projectiles. This is where all your nutrients get absorbed. So if all of this is wrecked, so here's your leaky gut again, your mucosal lining is degraded, and all of the harmful bacteria and toxins, and it could even be superfoods like a tomato macromolecule that shouldn't be passing through, a gluten macromolecule that shouldn't be passing through. So all of this is passing through into your bloodstream when it shouldn't be. So your immune system is doing what it's supposed to be doing. It knows that it shouldn't be there, and it's going to attack the foreign invader. And the problem is that these macromolecules can resemble healthy cell tissue. It's called molecular mimicry. So when this happens, it's attacking, it could attack your thyroid or your joints or your brain, like I had mentioned earlier, and this is causing inflammation. So it is key to seal the holes, to seal the leaky gut, and to heal it and to replenish it with the good beneficial microbes. So it is so important that you work with a practitioner that knows what leaky gut is and how to heal it. You cannot fix leaky gut by food alone. So there is a 3-month protocol that I do with my clients to ensure that the leaky gut is taken care of. In another video, I will go over more symptoms of leaky gut and what that may look like, because I would have to say 9 out of 10 people do have leaky gut if you are still eating the standard American diet and you're still eating all of these high inflammatory foods. So I just encourage you guys just to be mindful when you're eating. This is what's going on. You might feel okay on the outside, but it's just a matter of time, because it is just wrecking you on the inside. And it's not if, it's when. And everybody has oral tolerance. So when you start feeling symptoms, you've lost the point where you're at the loss of oral tolerance and you can't handle this anymore. And it could be, you could be 2 years old, 22 years old, or 52 years old, 92, it doesn't matter. Everyone is different when they get to that point of loss of oral tolerance where they just can't do it anymore. So this was just a kind of a quick flyover. I could still get into much deeper things, and I'll make more videos later on regarding leaky gut and just going into other things. But for the most part, I just wanted you to have this visual here, just to know that this is what's happening when you have this leakiness and what it's doing to the inside of your body. So I love you guys. I hope this was helpful, and I will talk to you soon.